Hello traders, this is Rich from tradesight. This is a look at our leading stocks via our proprietary scans for the coming session. This is going to be for Monday, September 16th, 2013. Had kind of a sloppy day today where the average is kind of mixed. Some things were up, some things were down, but on balance, we didn't have a whole lot of signals and certainly not too much of a bias here. One thing that's jumping out is the sign up. We've got a volume bump. The stock closed well below the open on the day, and it's actually starting to make good on the 13 exhaustion signal that we noted on the daily chart. I posted a video on that earlier in the week on that, alerting you to that. So make sure you don't miss that going forward. This one looks like it's ready to make a bit of a turn here. Moving on to the financials, we're a little bit to the sell side here, but everything's mostly on lighter volume. The only thing that had a volume bump was the Visa. Visa was 1.5% above the day's open. Just kind of punctuating a very positive week for Visa, where they were added to the Dow 30. That reconstitution doesn't happen until next Friday, but definitely that's something that you need to be aware of. And if you want some more details on that, I did a video on that a little bit earlier in the week, so please take a look at that. Looking at the energy names, a little bit to the sell side here. There's one buy indication there, but mostly we're a little bit to the sell side. The one that's really sticking out is Valero. Valero was definitely printing better than typical volume, and a lot of the refiners have been definitely in motion. So keep an eye on the Valero shares and also the other associated stocks. The generals here, not too much there as far as signals go. A couple of volume bumps. We've got a volume bump in Deere and also Disney. Disney was definitely in play this week, especially with that very, very strong move in the buyback announcement. So things are really in motion there for sure. So keep that on the radar for next week as well. Moving on to the housing names, not too much here. There's no volume bumps. In fact, we're seeing more volume deviations than anything else. We've got a downside CPS in Lowe's, and we've got a upside CPS in Hovnanian. One that's worth watching next week is going to be FedEx. FDX was more than 1% below the day's open, and the UNP is also fairly weak with a pretty good volume bump there. And lastly, the commodities. We're a little bit to the sell side here today, but I don't think that really tells the whole story. It's mostly the agricultural names. Monsanto had a sell signal. Mosaic was real strong today with the volume bump, and potash was real strong with the volume bump. So, definitely a lot of stuff going on there, especially with the agricultural names. So keep an eye on those and make sure you take a look at all of those, because those are probably going to follow through for next week with some decent volume, at least in the first couple days. All right, folks. As always, thanks for listening. This has been Rich for tradesight.